the first event.
On Saturday, May 23, 1959, Channel 11 broadcast the premiere episode of Wrestling at the Chase.
There are 3 minutes left.
The program was a hit right from the start because Wrestling at the Chase had star power outside the ring. Joe Garagiola, the popular Cardinals catcher turned Cardinals broadcaster, was the name above the title and the man behind the mic.
The name Garagiola, wow. That was really a childhood hero.
Tell us about some of the holds. First of all, a headlock. Now,
Joe Garagiola was the first to admit he knew hardly anything about wrestling, so his play-by-play patter was more fun-filled than fact-filled.
We lose a dancer a week that way. What does Gorky mean in Russian? Boy, that's a lot of raviolis. John, let me introduce myself, Joe Garagiola.
Wrestling at the Chase would remain a St. Louis television phenomenon for almost 25 years.
John, I'm curious.
But Joe Garagiola left in the fourth year to join the Today Show.
Cowboy Bob Ellis and Bob Geigel.
In 1963, George Abel, the original announcer on Wrestling at the St. Louis House, became the new announcer for Wrestling at the Chase, a job he would hold for a decade.
Welcome to Wrestling at the Chase, the opening bout, a one fall with a 10-minute time limit.
In 1969, Sam Muchnick took a chance on a new ring announcer with no experience in either wrestling or television, but he had a familiar last name. His business card said Joe's brother, but Mickey Garagiola's real job was waiting tables at Ruggeri's, one of St. Louis's most popular restaurants.
The winner of the match, David Van Erich.
He was at the restaurant way before he was at Wrestling at the Chase. I mean, he started there in '36, and so, I think that he sort of became a celebrity at Ruggeri's before he became a celebrity on Wrestling at the Chase. He was a character. He always had a story.
Sam Muchnick was one of his regular customers at Ruggeri's, and there came a time when Sam said to my dad, "Mickey, I want you to be my ring announcer."
And Mickey said, "I don't know nothing about ring announcing." And he said, "Can you read?" Mickey said, "Well, yeah, I can read." He said, "All you got to do is read what I put down on a card for you."
And he says, "Sam, I can't do it." And he's trying to think of all kinds of excuses why he couldn't do it. Finally, he says, "Another reason I can't do it, Sam, is because your show's on Saturday nights, and Saturday nights is my best night at the restaurant. So couldn't possibly do it." Well, Sam straightened him out. Sam said, "We tape on Sundays, and I know the restaurant's closed, so you can do this, Mickey."
To this day, many wrestling fans still fondly remember Mickey Garagiola. But it was a different man, a younger man, who would become the show's enduring ringside champion.
Johnson, hail him down! Count of 1, 2, 3, there's the first ball!
At times, his voice was as loud as his wardrobe.
We'll be back with the curtain raiser right after this.
Larry Matysik was a part-time auxiliary police officer, but a full-time, lifelong wrestling fanatic.
How many times have I won this Missouri State title outright?
Well, it was the second time you've had it.
As a teenager, Matysik wrote to Sam Muchnick, asking for permission to interview wrestlers for articles he hoped to get published in wrestling magazines. Muchnick said, okay.
And all of a sudden, a young Larry Matysik starts doing things in the office for Sam Muchnick. And they evolve into this protege-type mentor environment.
After college, Matysik went to work for Sam Muchnick full-time. And in 1972, at the age of 24, Sam Muchnick made Larry Matysik the new ringside announcer for Wrestling at the Chase.
King Kong Brody, making it very clear he doesn't care for tag matches. He's his own tag team. And who are we to argue? We'll be back with more right after this.